I'm Mega Mike the Movie Man. Today I got a mega movie plan. Today I'm back with another mega ranking for you all. Today I'm going to be ranking all the new movie releases I saw in the month of May, including theatrical and streaming titles, from the worst to the best. So if you want to see my number one recommendation for movies this month, stick around throughout the entire video. And I know my ranking is going to be completely different than your ranking, so definitely leave in the comments below how would you rank all the new releases you saw in the month of May. And if you're a big movie fan like me, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Okay, here we go.
Now to get into our seventh and clear last place for this ranking, we're going to have to put Senior Year, which you can find streaming on Netflix, but I do not recommend going and watching this one. This movie has the weirdest premise of all time. This movie is starring Rebel Wilson, and she's been in okay roles before, so I thought I'd give this one a try. But basically, it's about somebody that gets knocked out during a cheerleading accident that's in their senior year, and then they have a 20-year coma. They wake up, so now they're 37 years old, but they decide to go back to high school to try to get a high school diploma. Not like a continuation high school, no, actual the same high school going back to senior year. It makes no sense how they could admit a 37-year-old back to this senior year. No, this is just so weird. It is not that great of a movie. It's not very entertaining. It's supposed to be a comedy movie, but it really isn't that funny. Very few times will you find yourself laughing. You will often find yourself more just questioning this movie and thinking, hey, why was this movie made in the first place? This movie just doesn't work. I don't get who the movie is trying to appeal to. It's just another Netflix movie that is terrible. And yeah, just skip this one. Just no, Netflix, no more movies for you. Just stop it. No, you done me dirty too many times, Netflix.
No. Mustn't do that. Forbidden fruit.
Oh, God, sorry,
I'm joking.
Oh.
Now to get into our sixth place, and we're gonna have to put Men. This is a movie that was released theatrically, but I do not understand why. To me, it wasn't at that level. And even though it's an A24 film, to me, it just leaned more into the artsy-fartsy part of A24 films rather than good storytelling and characters. To me, A24 films can be hit or miss. I was feeling so good after seeing Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was ready for another slam dunk A24 movie, but Men is not it. Once again, it's just very artistic style, so looks really cool. Initially, the premise is kind of intriguing, and so you're on board with the main character. You want to see how this movie plays out. There's kind of a mysterious thriller element to it. A lot of bizarre things start happening, and you want to piece it together. You want it to have a great ending, but the problem here is when we get to the ending, it's just like, okay, what am I watching here? What? Oh gosh, it's so bizarre. And then it doesn't really pay off. It's just like, okay, this is weird just to be weird and in an artistic style, which looks kind of cool. But what's the message of the movie at the end? What's the theme? What's the powerful ending? No, it's not there. The movie just ends so flat and you're just like, wow, I feel like I wasted my time. Totally a skippable movie.
Shove it down and keep it hidden.
Now, number 5. So at number 5, we're going to have Firestarter. Yes, I felt this movie could have been fire, but it just was not. It was kind of like a little flame that just kind of sizzled out. And yeah, it was just such a disappointment. I'm sure the classic movie and even the source material is probably a lot better. You know, it's a Stephen King book. Probably should check that out over this movie, because this movie felt like it was made so long ago. Not that it was trying to recapture something from like the 80s or give us nostalgia feels, but that it was like made during the 80s or even before that. Just felt cheaply put together, very low budget. Felt like not much care was put into this movie. The acting wasn't that great, even though it was serviceable. I mean, Zac Efron was probably the best part, but even he wasn't like the best thing here. I mean, it was just kind of all a letdown. I was expecting more. I wanted to see some cool fire explosions and really good use of that element, and just something that would heat my spirits up for an entertaining time. But this movie just started to really drag. It was very boring and gray looking and just so slowed down during the middle part of it. And I just felt like it didn't pick up enough by the end of it. So to me, I just started yawning at the end of it. I'm just like, oh, get this movie over with. It's time to leave this theater now. And yeah, just let me down, this movie. I went in with low expectations and it just fell even lower than that.
What if I did something like,
I am into nuts.
Good, I love it.
Great stuff.
Now at number 4, we finally get into some good movies for the month of May. Yes, there were good movies this month. They weren't all terrible. So we got Chippendale Rescue Rangers at our number 4 spot. And this movie was a lot of fun. I wasn't expecting too much from this movie. I wasn't even thinking about watching it. But then I heard some really great things. So I'm like, let me check this one out. Let's see what's all the hype about. And wow, it definitely surpassed my expectations. It was a lot of fun. It was really great how they were able to combine live action and animation. Felt very like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit movie, especially with like the mystery element they have to it. They're trying to solve something. So I felt that worked really well in the movie. And this movie had a lot of references to so many other popular characters that we know, and it kind of even pokes fun at some of these characters. And so it just celebrates a lot of these different nostalgia feelings, and it's just kind of a fun time. I think it's a really good family movie. I think the whole family can get something out of this one. So even if you're not a fan of animation, if you're a fan of the combination of live action and animation together, I think this movie can win you over here. I think it is a good time. So it gave me some laughs, gave me some shocking moments, gave me some entertainment. So at number 4 it goes, and you can find this one streaming on Disney Plus.
Yes, it all went great.
Now to get into our top 3. So coming in at 3rd place is going to be the Bob's Burgers movie. Wow, I really wasn't expecting much from this movie. I'm not even a massive fan of the TV show. I haven't seen that many episodes, so I kind of went in a little blind to this movie. But wow, this movie was a lot of fun. It was very entertaining. A lot of great comedic moments here. It's consistent laughter throughout this movie. I found myself just belly laughing at certain points in this movie, and so I was just having a great time. The animation is done really well, especially with the musical numbers. It's so very entertaining and just inventive. These songs they create, they're so funny, and just how all the anime characters are dancing in these weird ways. It is such a great time. And you get invested in these characters because there's a good little story to go along with this movie. Nothing you haven't seen before, but it works for the premise of the Bob's Burger store, and it just ties in a fun little mystery element here, and you want to be along on this adventure, hoping that this family makes it through these obstacles. So it's a great little movie here. If you like adult animation, I think you're going to enjoy this one. Even if you haven't seen much of the TV show, I think you still might like it. If you're a fan of the TV show, I think you're gonna love this movie. So really a good all-around movie, very entertaining, and it's very easy watching. I can just turn this movie on and just have a good time. So it was a great theatrical experience. Definitely a movie I can see watching again in the future.
The nightmare begins.
Then at number 2, 2nd place, we're going to have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Yes, I still had to put this movie really high up on the list because there's so many good things to this movie. I thought it's very action-packed. There's a lot of cool, interesting visuals. The Danny Elfman score is fantastic. And they use music sometimes in these scenes that I've never seen done before, so very inventive there. And really, you got Benedict Cumberbatch just doing a great job being Doctor Strange, and you got America Chavez, which is a new character into the MCU, but does a good job as well. And then you got a bunch of surprising little cameos here, and it's a fun time. So it's like a roller coaster ride, and I think the ending is really entertaining, and they just do such a good job with all the characters we know and love. Scarlet Witch, Wanda is great in this movie. Wong is also an awesome character as always. So really all the characters, all the actors do their job very well in this movie. The visual effect department definitely does a fantastic job here. Really cool designs on some of these creatures and mystical elements. So overall, there's just some fun moments in this movie. Now, it's not perfect. Yeah, there's definitely issues with this movie. I even talked about a way to fix some of these issues in my How to Fix Doctor Strange video. Definitely check that out after this video is over. So it's not a perfect MCU movie. It's not top tier. I'd probably put it mid-high tier, but mid tier for MCU is still solid. So enjoy this movie. Totally deserves second place.
Yet here you are, Captain. Why is that?
It's one of life's mysteries, sir.
Now at number 1, on the highway to the danger zone. Number 1, first place. This is no doubt in my mind here. We got Top Gun Maverick. Oh my goodness, this movie is amazing. This is such a perfect movie. I don't like to use that word that often, but it's really hard to find any fault with this movie. This movie was life-changing to me. It's my favorite movie of the year so far, not just of the month, but of the whole year. Also, it's one of my favorite movies of all time now. Definitely makes my top 30 list. It's a movie I want to rewatch so many more times. I want to see this one on every premium screen I can find. This movie was just so good and entertaining. Tom Cruise still got it. I mean, these action stunts here are phenomenal. All the jet flying sequences are so cool to look at. The landscapes are great. The cinematography is perfect. I mean, this movie just does everything right. And then all the characters this movie has are all just done so well. Both the old legacy characters and the new recruits, they just mix together so well. They're all entertaining. They all have different character arcs. They all have different relationships with each other that really pay off. So a very entertaining, solid movie here. It is just so good. You're gonna have so many heartfelt and heartwarming and emotional moments. I got teary-eyed so many times in this movie. This movie was just moving me so much. I was shaking after this movie. That's how much this movie made a difference to my life. I can't say enough good things about this movie. This movie deserves a clear first place. Absolutely. It is so good. You have to see this one in theaters on the biggest screen you can find with the best speakers. You have to do it. But that's my number 1 choice for this month.
The end is inevitable, Maverick. Your kind is headed for extinction.
Maybe so, sir. But not today.
So that will do it for my Mega May movie ranking of all the new releases I saw this month. If you're just discovering the channel for the very first time, make sure you subscribe right now if you love movie rankings, also other movie content of movie news, movie hauls, physical media videos, movie reviews, unboxings, collections, you name it. I'm going to give you all that great movie entertainment value. So make sure you turn on that notification bell as well so you know when I post a video. And this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.